Okay, so what we're going to talk about now is we're going to also think about when we're starting to determine our reach and frequency of getting our message out there. One of the things that's going to start to shape that in my media plan is to understand my product market factors. Okay, some of the questions that you're going to ask yourself there are things like, is it established? Okay. Is there a clear, okay, what's clear, what's understood, what has been established? Is my product new? Is the market new? What's going on out here? Okay, because, if I need to start educating people or start creating a lot of understanding, that means there's going to be a whole lot of intensity with delivering the message out there. I need to start to think, is my product new to market? Okay, am I in the position of having to explain things for the first time and no one has any clue about, what I'm even talking about? Or is it something that's reasonably well understood? If things are understood, it makes life pretty easy because we just pick up where we were and continue on. If it's the first time anyone's seen or heard of these things, on the other hand, that's going to mean a whole lot of education, and education means familiarity, which means we're always needing to touch people and provide that information. Differentiated or undifferentiated becomes a big thing there. Okay, I need to think about that as well. What's the market point? What's the point of difference? What's your USPs, etc. In other words, what is it about what we're doing? Okay, what's the main selling point? What's the key difference between us or somebody else, and how we're presenting ourselves in the market? All right. The other thing is it convenient? Okay, we're providing convenience. Okay, what's the hook or the angle about our product coming into the market that we might be hanging on to? Do we save time? Do we save money? What is it that we're providing to the people? It's a better way to do things. It's a new way to do things. Is it the same way to do things? Or are we highly competitive perhaps? Okay, because what we're really starting to get down to here is we're starting to think about, well, what does the message need to look like? And what's it trying to say? Are we getting to a point where we're starting to think about we need to educate people that we even exist? Are we getting to a point where people already know we exist, but we're going to point out why we're different? Is it a case of we're talking to people about convenience? Because all these things start to create messages all by themselves. Highly competitive, it starts to create a message all by itself. People are interested in things that really save them time, save them money, make them money, or provide convenience, okay? And each one of those different things has a different style of message and tone that's going to go with it. So we need to start thinking about where we're going to fit into that. We also need to think about the message characteristics. Is it ongoing, or is it just, this is just the thing, like, is this an event? It happens. Or are we going to have a product that we're going to continue to provide, or a service we're going to continue to provide? And also, how long do we need the advertising or the marketing to go on for? Is this just a blip on the radar that we're putting it out there just to try and drive the initial interest? Okay, so what is the nature? Also think about making the message as simple and easy to understand as possible. We don't want complicated messages, because if it's complex, people just start to switch off and they start to lose interest. And the other thing there is to make sure that we are unique. Okay, the message needs to stand out. If it's easy to lose your message in a pile of messages, well, that's money that we're spending that we don't need to spend. Okay, so it is about making sure that we're getting that bang for buck, that we're actually getting the money that we're putting in to get some sort of return on the investment, and make sure people really understand what's taking place. Okay, so think about your message. Does it really stand out? Is it standing out for the right reasons, hopefully to the right people, and targeting the correct interests? What is the intention of that message? Is it there to inform? Is it there to entertain? Is it there to draw something out? Okay, where are you going so far? All right, great. That's really starting to get down to those basics. And now we're going to move on in a second and look at the next part.